from Seattle, Washington. It's a special drive time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Davis. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 62 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes...
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Seahawks. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a toss to Singletary running to the left. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
On the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and...
They will run with Singletary. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. A lot of times that is one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
It is a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
First down.
Flushed out right. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Another big play here as they strike for 31. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
If you did know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
Here's Singletary. Gets past one man. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well. And that would appear to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This one into the hands of Burton. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and long for Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson, rolling to his right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. That'll bring up 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To throw again, Jackson gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On 3rd down, Jackson. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
23-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Flush to his right. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a one is good.
21. Seahawks nothing. Matt Prater set to kick.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
.45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Now Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. He'll run it, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Darryl Worley up to make the tackle.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 38, Jackson escaping the pressure right. That one complete to Hill. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They go play action here on 1st down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They'll run it with Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Kamara trying again. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your makers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Calvin Ridley, 60 yards. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Nick Bosa in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
out of the gun. Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st down, 49ers.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete.
Jackson.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
1st down.
Jackson on 1st down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This is caught. And he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They will give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown San Francisco. Kyle Juszczyk in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers continue to roll. And the route is on here in this first half. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
by
the time we have to leave the booth.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 8. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air. And this offense is running away with this one. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover it, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. Throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just put their ears back and get after him now.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
Husky Hart on the tackle. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Prescott looks to throw on first. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. On the counter, this is Singletary. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Prescott. He'll get this to his running back, Benjamin.
Prescott's pass complete to
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
is good. Makes the score Niners 49.
Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not great starting field position as well.
And he's got room. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Alvin Kamara, 83 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
You break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On third down, it's Prescott. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
I tell you, there is no antidote. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. John Ross, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he's got it up and through. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Matt Prater is set to kick.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now. Really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 3rd and 4. Prescott to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And this offense continues to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
7 yards to go.
And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
3 yards.
Now it's Jackson.
4th down.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have a first down. Here at about the 40. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
brings up 2nd and goal.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
George Kittle with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Matt Prater.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott got a man. That's Quinn. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here comes Cohen. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
The Niners take over.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle. It's tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson steps away to his left. Oh, this is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34. Jackson going to run.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. But for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Nick Bosa in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Makes it 3rd down and 10.
Now Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain. Jackson going to look to do it himself. And he's taken down inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something execute.
Oh, Prescott stripped, but I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. And the 49ers now going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Nick Bosa in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. After the sack on 1st down, Prescott nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Throwing, Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp, but now...
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Just shy of the goal line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Tonight.
But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the 49ers, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.